Hey, hi. My name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and even though I look like a mess, it's okay because I'm here to introduce a vlog. I have been slumping hardcore for several reasons. It started with the European Cup for football or soccer. That just distracted me in June, and all I wanted to do was watch every single game. And at the end of June, I also met a guy, and he's also been distracting me quite a lot. So, yeah, basically those two things plus like busy life, and I don't know, I also just hadn't been in the mood to read, but I really miss it. So, basically the goal of this video is to try and get out of my reading slump. So I picked 8 different books that have potential to get me out of my reading slump. Some are rereads because usually that does the trick for me. Some are like shorter, spicy books. And some are like completely different genre from what I usually read. So let's go through them. The first one that is a contender, I have 8 books. I'm gonna let a spinner wheel decide, so we're gonna spin that together. So the first one is The Rivalry by Nikki Sloan. This has been on my TBR for a while now. It's a sports romance, it's spicy. I have read some Nikki Sloan's before, so that is one I'm interested in. It has like the potential to get me out of my reading slump. Another sports romance is The Score by Elle Kennedy. This is the next book in the Off-Campus series, and I've been meaning to read this one for a while too. And I really love The Deal and the Mistake. I read both of them in 2 days. I read The Deal in 2 days and The Mistake in 2 days. So this should also be able to do the trick for me. It has obviously characters that I already know and love, so definitely a contender. I actually have a couple books that are on my August TBR, but I was kind of excited about them, so I'll leave my August TBR linked for you. So even though it's the end of July when I'm filming this, actually July 22nd, I'm gonna put them here too because maybe, I don't mind as long as I get out of my reading slump. That's fine if I read them in July as opposed to August. So one of them is The Thursday Murder Club. So this is something completely different from what I usually read. I read a couple mysteries or thrillers here and there, but it's definitely not my main genre. As you guys know, romance is my main genre. But this, I was planning on reading it alongside the audiobook, so hopefully that will also help me with my reading slump. Also, it's a mystery, it has very short chapters, which is also a plus. And also, I don't know, maybe the mystery will help me forward. Similar situation for Illuminate. So technically this is a reread for me, but the plan is to also listen to this alongside the audiobook, even though it is longer. It's all mixed media, so I should fly through it. Since it's also young adult, it is a sci-fi / mystery, and it is like mixed media. I think it is so far from what I usually read. Hopefully, like I said, it will do the trick. Another reread is The Viscount Who Loved Me. I've been meaning to reread this book for such a long time. Like ever since I read it, I wanted to reread it straight after, but haven't done that. Now that I finished the Bridgerton series last year, I really wanted to reread, especially this one. This is my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite romances of all time. It's also funny, which I think will also help me in getting me out of my reading slump. I've been rereading the Bloodline series. I started it last year. I just love these characters, especially Adrian is one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. He was my book boyfriend for a very long time. I mean, he still is technically. So yeah, I love him. So I know for sure that obviously, like I said, it's a reread. It's also young adult, so I'll fly through it. And since I already know and love these characters, hopefully this will help me. The Ice Planet Barbarians book, I think will definitely help me because it is very short. Technically, it is only 218 pages. It's just a quick, fun, smutty good time, which sounds like the perfect recipe of getting me out of my reading slump. Same goes for The Duke I'd Like to F, or Duke I'd Like to F. So this is 5 novellas, and it is spicy historical romances, or romance novellas. So I've been kind of in the mood to read a historical romance, but I didn't want to buy any books because I've been also trying to be a little bit smarter with my money in the next couple of months. So the goal was to get out of my reading slump with books I already own. So yeah, this seemed perfect because I can just read one novella, and it's like, I think most of these novellas are around 100 pages. Yeah, because this book is 500 pages and it has 5 stories. And Sierra Simone, I know I've already read from and really love her. Joanna Shupe, I think I've already read a novella by her and really love that one. And Nicola Davidson, I also already know and love. So hopefully this will also do the trick. So I don't know how many books I'm gonna be reading for this vlog. I guess until I'm actually out of my reading slump or until I'm ready to read something else. Actually, I forgot to mention, but I was actually reading Play Along by Liz Tom Ford. I actually only read the first 10 pages and I just really couldn't get into it. And since that is a part of my favorite series, I don't want to continue on because I might ruin it for myself and I definitely don't want to do that. So I guess I'll read a couple of these books and then once I'm actually reading consistently again, I'll try Play Along again. So let's do the spinner wheel. I already put these books in and let me not forget to do a screen recording. So let's spin. Perfect. Ice Planet Barbarians. Okay, this, honestly, this just sounds like everything I need. Even though this does start a ginormous series for myself, I don't mind because hopefully it will just get me out of my reading slump. It's a quick, short, fun read. So yeah, like I said, hopefully it will do the trick. I was debating maybe starting this too, but I don't want to overwhelm myself right now. So I'm just going to leave this book for what it is. I'm just going to start the Ice Planet Barbarians one. The only annoying thing about this is that it doesn't have chapter... okay, so it has parts. So let's try and read part 1 and see how well I do. So the first part is about 44 pages. So we'll see. If I can manage. But yeah, I'm excited. For those of you who don't know, Ice Planet Barbarians is about these group of women who end up on this ice planet and they cannot communicate with these blue aliens until they get inserted with this kui, which is, I don't even know what that is, but that helps them communicate, but also helps them find their fated mates. So this is about Georgie, whose fated mate is Vectel. So I haven't read an alien romance in a while, so I'm very excited. This is obviously a very popular one. Actually, this is very high up on my book recommendations list. This is actually number 2. So it has been recommended 305 times, like the whole Rubyverse. Pretty sure it's gonna take me years, but the plan is to read every single blue alien related Ruby Dixon book there is. But this one, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The goal is to get out of my reading slump now. So hopefully this will help me achieve that. So yeah, actually very excited. I guess I'll update you once I'm about halfway through, however long that takes. Hi, I'm back. It has been a couple weeks. So obviously I'm still not out of my reading slump. I am still reading Ice Planet Barbarians. Actually, I'm almost finished, to be fair. I just need to read the bonus epilogue. So I did read 218 pages. So I still need to read almost 30 pages to finish this book. Okay, so basically, I started this book on July 22nd. And then I did pretty well. I read on July 22nd. I read on July 23rd. I read on July 24th. And then I think I didn't read for a couple days. And then maybe on July 26th or something, or 27th, I actually finished the main part of the book. The only thing I need to read is the epilogue, and then is when I stopped reading. Right now, we're almost 2 weeks further, and I didn't touch this book at all. So right now it's August 7th, and I really want to finish it. Okay, so I don't know if I told you before, and if not, I'll just remove this clip. Basically, I've been dating someone and it's been going really well. We've been seeing each other almost every single day, and that is, I mean, obviously it's a good thing. I'm very much enjoying my time. I really like him, but I just really didn't have the time to read, and the downtime I did have, I just prefer to watch YouTube videos. Yeah, basically to watch YouTube videos. That's all I've been doing. Also, it's summer, so I've been hanging out with my friends a lot, with my colleagues after work. But as I said in the previous clip, even though this might look like I filmed on the same day, considering I'm wearing the same shirt, I do miss reading. Like, I just love reading. It's one of my favorite things to do. I feel kind of like a fraud that I'm not reading. Also, I had this big plan of reading and watching It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'll be watching that tomorrow. I have not read that book since I'm in the middle of my reading slump. So like I said, basically I thought I was getting out of it because I did manage to almost finish this book, and then I got right back into it. I guess my goal is to finish this book today, tonight, because considering I don't have any plans tonight, right now it is 8:30. So I guess I'll hopefully finish it tonight. And then finally I can pick another book. Actually, let me do that now, considering I'm filming anyway. So hopefully that will get me excited to finish this book, knowing what other book is gonna be waiting for me. Okay, so I'm gonna spin. Whoa, that was close. It was almost Illuminate, but it's The Score by Al Kennedy. Let me grab that one. So The Score, which is the third book in the Off-Campus series, I have read and loved The Deal and the Mistake, and I read those exactly a year ago. I read them in August of 2023. So obviously now it's August of 2024, so hopefully I will love it. I am excited about this book. It's about Dean De Laurentiis, who is a playboy, which I tend to like stories where the hero is a playboy. So yeah, hopefully this will pull me right out of my reading slump. I do have to say, with Ice Planet Barbarians, I don't even know if I told you what this is about. Basically, it's about Georgie, who is a human woman, and she gets abducted by aliens, and she wakes up in this like alien ship with a bunch of other women, human women, and these aliens are planning to sell them to the highest bidder. But since they need to refuel or something, they dump them on this ice planet, which the humans call not Hoth, because it looks like Hoth, the planet Hoth from Star Wars, since it's all icy and everything is covered with ice. So Georgie is tasked to look for a way to escape or to find something on this planet. So she does, and she gets found by this alien living there called Vectol. And actually, the way she gets introduced to him is by either fainting, or I don't actually remember, since it's been such a long time since I read the first couple chapters. She passes out and she wakes up with him going down on her. And this is a fated mate, a romance. So basically in this planet, to survive, you have to have this kui, and this kui also that kui is responsible for keeping you warm, basically surviving on this planet. And it also is responsible for finding your soulmate. Vectol knows that Georgie is his fated mate, and he's also like trying to convince her to also get this kui, but that would obviously mean that she would have to stay on this planet forever. So that's this story. I did I like it. I do have to finish the epilogue, although I do think for two reasons. One, it didn't successfully get me out of my reading slump, plus it is fun. I did enjoy my time. It's very entertaining. But if we're being realistic, this is not the best romance, in my opinion. I do think other books in this series will be. I don't think the first one is everybody's favorite. So my thoughts are, Georgie, she was kind of annoying. And this was like too short for me. Like, it was only 218 pages. The primary story. That is sometimes the problems with fated mates, is you just have to accept the premise and accept that they're going to be together, even though they didn't spend a whole lot of time getting to know each other. Because, especially in this book, there's a big chunk of this book where they don't even speak the same language, which obviously is an interesting story, or an interesting plot point. But that just didn't make this romance believable, even though I did find it very entertaining. So I think it's going to be a 3. I don't think the epilogue is going to change my rating in any way. But I do want to finish it. So hopefully today I finally finish a book. And then hopefully I can get excited about The Score and read this one a little bit faster. So yeah, that is how my reading slump is going. Basically, as of right now, the last time I actually finished a book, let me look that up. Okay, so the last book I actually finished is This Summer Will Be Different, which I finished on June 26th. So as of right now, it has been 41 days since I actually finished the book. So well over a month, and I do want that to stop. So hopefully I will finish this book. Then at least I can say I finished one. And then hopefully this book will grab my attention enough for me to finish it. So I guess I'll give you an update once I am a little bit of the way through The Score. Okay, I'm here to give you an update, and I finally look a little bit cute in this video and not like I climbed out of the depths of hell. So I'm here to give you an update on The Score, and I am still not out of my reading slump, because right now it is August 25th. And I started this book, let me see. Yeah, I started this book on August 16th, so it has been 9 days. and I'm only on page 100, so I'm on chapter 10. I am enjoying it. Like when I pick it up, I am liking what I'm reading, but I just am still in that phase of not wanting to pick books up. And honestly, it has nothing to do with this book, because obviously I like Elle Kennedy. I love her writing style, and I am liking these characters. So basically what this is about is, once again, a hockey romance. It's the third book in the Off-Campus series, and this book you follow Dean and Allie. Dean is the group's playboy. He's constantly sleeping with different girls. He makes it clear before he sleeps with a girl that he's not looking for anything serious. Allie is Hannah's best friend and roommate. Hannah's obviously the heroine from The Deal, my favorite book. Allie recently broke up with her boyfriend because they wanted different things in life, but her boyfriend keeps contacting her, wanting her to try again, since she knows that she might be persuaded to get back with him. When Hannah leaves for the weekend, she asks Hannah if she can stay at Garrett's place. Or no, that's actually not how it happens. Allie is talking to Hannah, saying that she's afraid that she'll give in, and then Garrett actually suggests Allie to stay at his place for the weekend so that she's not tempted to get back with her boyfriend. So when she gets there, only Dean is there. They end up sleeping together. And then Dean cannot get her out of his mind. She's the one girl with magic pussy that he cannot stay away from, even though usually he's just like sleep with a girl and then forget her type of guy. Allie's the one person he cannot forget. And Allie's also the one person who's not interested in going for round 2. So basically this is where I am. Him trying to convince her to give them another shot, or at least to sleep with him again. And she is resisting. Even though she's attracted to him, she doesn't want anything casual, and obviously he's all about just being casual. So that's where I am. Like I said, I am liking it. It's just my reading slump is not helping me here. This is also going to be actually the final vlog for this video, because I have been filming this for over a month. Only 2 books read, but at least it's better than none. Okay, so today is pretty busy, so I don't anticipate. I have read 1 chapter today, but for the afternoon and evening, I'm probably going to be busy because my birthday was last Thursday. Now it's Sunday, and I'm going to have dinner with my family, and I also have a date before that. So I am pretty busy. And then maybe Monday I will have time to read, and I really want to make an effort. So usually I have about an hour commute to work and then an hour commute back. Normally I read during that time, but lately I haven't been, and I really, really want to make an effort to at least read during that time, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just for one way, then at least I'm consistently reading, and I do think that is going to help me. So that is my goal for the next week. And then my plan is to upload this vlog on Wednesday. So we'll see how far I get through this book. So yeah, I think the next clip is going to be the last clip for this vlog. But like I said, hopefully I will finish it. I would actually really love to know, since I'm probably going to be uploading this while still in a reading slump, what are your biggest tips for getting out of a reading slump? I think the next book I'm going to read is going to be either a novella or it's going to be a reread, because those things have been known to help me in the past. Because honestly, it's not the books. Like, I have enjoyed Ice Planet Barbarians, and I am really enjoying the score. It's just I'm choosing to do other things in my downtime apart from reading, and normally reading is what I turn to. So hopefully the plan is to do another vlog of me getting out of my reading slump, and hopefully that will be the vlog where I finally do get out of it. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you in the last clip of this vlog. Okay, I just took a shower and I'm here to close off this vlog. I am uploading this later than I thought I would be. The plan was to upload it on Wednesday. Instead, I'm gonna upload it on Sunday, so that gave me a couple days extra. I still have not finished this book yet. I am on page 153, so chapter 15. So like I predicted in my last clip, obviously I am still in the middle of my reading slump. So I am planning on uploading another vlog, and I think I'm just gonna do something different. I think I'm just gonna stick to reading novellas, or at least shorter books. Although, having said that, Ice Planet Barbarians was a novella, and that still didn't really pull me out of my reading slump. I think reading ebooks is also gonna help me, so I think I'm gonna stick to that format for now. Anyway, I'm just gonna update you on the last couple chapters that I read of this book. I am enjoying it, but aside from me being in a reading slump, this romance is not really gripping me, simply because there is no romance yet. So basically Dean wants to see Ali again and have sex with her again, and she has been resisting him. Where I am at now, she has agreed to have this no strings sex relationship, and that is basically where I'm at now. I honestly do not really know what he sees in her yet, aside from the fact that she's attractive and good in bed, but I assume since he is the playboy, those are things that he's already experienced in spades. So the only reason I can imagine of him finding her more special is because she was not interested in more. The other way around, I also don't understand at all what she would be seeing in him, considering, to me, like, he seems pretty shallow. Yes, in this book, he is forced to teach the youth hockey team to play hockey. So I guess that is gonna endear her to him. Right now, if you ask me right now, if this couple's gonna stand the test of time, right now it would be no. And I haven't heard of this book being a lot of people's favorites, so don't think it's gonna be mine. I am liking seeing the other characters, obviously, so you have gotten to see a little bit of Garrett and Hannah, who are my favorite couple in this series so far. And this does set up the next book very well. So yeah, I guess those are my thoughts. So I'm very sad. Right now as I'm filming this, it's September 1st, but it's midnight basically on September 1st. So August just finished, and so that means that that it has been 2 months of me being in this reading slump, so that sucks. Like 2 full months. It's a little bit longer than that because it did start in June, my reading slump, but at least I finished one book and I'm halfway through this one, and hopefully I can finish this next week. Tomorrow I'm going to be busy. I don't think I can actually finish it. So in a previous clip, I told you guys that I'm going to make an effort to actually read on my commute. So far that hasn't been really working out, but I'm gonna make a really concerted effort to do that next week and try and finish this. Also, next week I'm going to Rotterdam on the train, and at my parents' I usually tend to read more. So hopefully I can do that again. I don't know if it's realistic. I don't think it is actually, but the plan is to finish this next week, and we'll see. Maybe I'll sprinkle in a novella in between if this is giving me more problems next week, I guess. But obviously my goal is to just finish this and then start a new book, because I don't want to be bogged down with a lot of different stories. I think for the novella, I'm gonna pick something that is on my September TBR, which I'll talk about in the next clip. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously it's a little bit different than my usual type of videos, but I did want to still vlog and upload content, and I feel like this is a nice way. Like, BookTube or booktubers in general, or any content creator that reads books, obviously reads more than the average individual, so that can set an unrealistic standard. And I do feel like, even though I'm definitely not like the person that reads the most on BookTube, I do realize that if you are very busy and you don't really have a whole lot of time to read, watching videos of people like reading a lot can be intimidating. In this video, I just want you to know that obviously I'm human too. I struggle too. Sometimes I go months without reading, as is shown right here. Real life is taking a front seat, and they're all good things. So it's not like it's a bad thing at all, but as I have explained before, I love reading and I do want to read more than I have. So yeah, hopefully the next vlog of me getting out of my reading slump will be actually me getting out of my reading slump, but I guess stay tuned to find out. Fall is almost starting. Usually that helps me. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did, and I really want to know if you have tips for getting out of reading slumps, and if you have been in a reading slump before, definitely let me know so I feel less alone. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.